I have to admit, I actually really like the design aesthetics of the Sony PlayStation 5. I know that makes me weird. A lot of people think it looks like a giant router or the Nakatomi Plaza or something just not attractive. I actually like the aesthetics of it, at least standing up. But laying down, I have to admit, well, it needs some help, and that is where what we're going to talk about today comes into play. Hey everyone, Gary here from Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. I really do appreciate it. What I want to know from you down in the comments section here today, we have Gran Turismo 7 playing in the background. What's your favorite version of Gran Turismo, and have you picked this one up yet? I have to admit, GT7 plays great, way too short for a $90 game. Yeah, did not dig it. So one of the things I've talked about in the past is the poor design of the pedestal for laying your system horizontally when you do have it in a situation kind of like this. And I have talked about in the past another adapter a system that allows you to go ahead and lay your system down and give you a lot more. Basically, it's a more stable platform. Well, the folks from Ipega have reached out to us with a new stand designed to allow you to lay your PlayStation 5 down horizontally to give you that additional stability. And this also promises to expand the number of USB ports that you have on your system. Let's go ahead and let's take a closer look, unbox this, and see how it fits on our system. So here we have the PS5 on the bench with the stock stand, and like the way that this works out of the box is just not very good if you want to lay your system horizontally. Essentially, your system just sits on this part of the plates. There's a little bit of a rubber doodad here for it to kind of have some resistance, but essentially it just relies on your system clipping into these guys here, and it just sucks. So I don't use that. That's terrible. Now, I have been using a very similar setup here. As you can see, these are horizontal feet that allows my system to sit here. It's overall just a better overall look, performance. It's much more stable. It doesn't rock around. But now let's take a look at the Ipega setup that we have here. We're going to set our PS5 aside and take a look at what we have here. As you can see, it's designed for the P5 or PS5 console. The way this was explained to me in the past is that is due to like issues getting through certain customs areas where if it says PlayStation or Switch or Xbox, it can get delayed. Designed for the PS5 console. So as you can see here, it'll work with either the disc-based system, which is what we have, or the digital only. It adds 4 USB ports, and it is, again, the PS5 console stand. Kind of have a look at it in use here down below. Suitable for the PlayStation 5, PS5 disc or digital version. Assemble stand to reduce the space, easy to storage. Streamlined design, equipped with 1 USB 2.0 transmission port and 3 USB charging ports. USB 2.0, that sucks. Can't whitewash that any way possible. The fact that this is not at the very least USB 3.0 or USB-C speeds, that's kind of crappy. Can't lie. So let's go ahead. I did grab my X-Acto knife here. Let's open this up. And this should be a pretty simple and straightforward setup, very similar to the Nexigo ones. All right, so you do have a right. As you can see, there's an R right there. And then you have, is it labeled left? Yep, if you look down below here, there's actually an L right in there, so you can tell left from right. Let's take a look at the manual real quick. So basically you have the left and the right, and then the USB port. This will go towards the front. So your port on the front, that's your USB 2.0 transmission port. The 3 on the side look to be strictly for charging. Now, I'm really not happy with this USB 2.0 transmission port. I'm really not. Like, if this is going to take up one of my slots in the back of the system here, or even on the front, depending on where I wire this, it's going into a USB 3.0 port. So this should be USB 3.0. Very disappointing to see. So to go ahead and install this, place the set here on the table, place the console horizontally on and control it to the left-hand side. And then for on the disc version, leave half area. Disc version or digital version fully insertable. We'll have to see what that means entirely. Plug the USB cable into the console, and again the 1 USB and 3 USB charging ports. Please place the console in flat to avoid unnecessary damage. Please do not change the controller mobile and portable battery at the same time. Work on your translations. This is garbage. Absolute garbage. Wait, this thing is heavy. It is a heavy beast. Oh, I see. So if you look here, it kind of has a stopper. You know, not as eloquent as the other one. I wish this was removable. Yeah. So you're going to have a gap if you have the disc version. So there's that to that. And I kind of get the cord around there. It's definitely a tight fit. Wow. And now we're going to bring this around and plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. And this just goes right in the back there. So as far as the aesthetics go, I have to admit, I am not digging this as much as the other vertical stands that I've tested. I don't like the fact that it's got this extra bit on this side here that just sticks out. It doesn't look finished. It's like I want to push this further in, but I know it's not supposed to. I mean, the USB ports are there if you really need to charge, and then you do have the one on the face here. It is a tight grip on the system too, even though it's not, you know, on this side, it's not, I don't feel like it's fully installed. I may take an X-Acto knife, or hell, I might even take a Dremel tool if I'm going to use this, and I may just cut this off. Or, quite honestly, you know what might be the better solution here? Pop that off. And let's see, is this the one? Yeah, I think that's the one there. So much slimmer, much better overall design. Yeah, this should be removable. And that's how it was on here, was you could remove that. And I mean, this is, I think, a better design on that side too, but it doesn't have the USB port. So if you are looking for something to be able to charge multiple controllers, sure, this will do that for you. And it gives you, again, those ports on the side, the port on the front. But if I wanted to have something like this, so say that I could put a disk drive under here and just have the USB port coming off the front, I really don't want to do that because my data speeds would be much, much slower. So do not use this if you're going to use it with a hard drive. Still plug that into the back of the system or the front of the system. You know, use your onboard USB 3.0 ports. And you can see just by the color here, you know, these are both USB 3.0 and they're not utilizing it. That's frustrating to see here. This is still better than what the stock Sony solution is. There's no argument there, but I would say the main benefit to this, beyond laying vertical, is simply that you can charge multiple devices. You can charge 4 devices now with this versus just one on front and then 2 through the back, or 1 on the back if you happen to have a USB hard drive connected to the back of it. Let's go ahead and let's wrap things up. So there you have my look at the Ipega PS5 horizontal mounting stand. What do I think of it? Well, first and foremost, compared to the stock Sony solution, I mean, it's much better. The Sony one just sucks. There's no way around that. It does a decent job of holding the system, but the tolerances are a bit tighter than they really need to be on both the left and the right-hand side. I do think also that USB 2.0, that's kind of unforgivable. If you're not duplicating at least what the system can give me out of the box, besides the horizontal stand part of it, why would I need this? This is strictly if you want to charge more than, you know, multiple controllers off of your PlayStation 5 at one time. Now, as someone who does use an external hard drive for PS4 saves, this to me doesn't do me any good, because this is USB 3.0 at USB 2.0 read and write speeds. Not good at all. And I don't understand why they kind of kneecapped this system and this accessory by only having USB 2.0. I mean, sure, it saved money probably in the end, but I'll bet you their production was saved maybe $1 per unit by going 2.0 versus 3.0. That is definitely something that I would recommend that they address in a future update on this. Also, there are other horizontal stands like this that I feel do have a bit better fitment on the system. An Ipega setup that I've used and have been using since I got them over 6 months ago. I love them. They work terrifically. Now, those don't have the USB ports, but I don't really find myself needing them. I have a wonderful dock and everything from KMD to charge my controllers. They just sit right in it, and it plugs into the back of the system for power. So I am good there. This to me is just so much potential, but the execution wasn't as good as it could have been. Now, if you do want to see some of the other accessories that we've added to our PlayStation 5, such as the red shell that we have here, we are running an SSD. We walk you through how to install that and a whole lot more. Those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to help support Rocksolid Productions and be a part of our community, there's a number of different ways you can do so. First and foremost, join us over on our Patreon page or become a channel member here on YouTube. By joining through either one of those methods, you get early access to just about all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. We also give you shout outs at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also pick up some awesome Rocksolid Productions swag. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more available through our Teespring store on screen right now too. You can also pick up some of our awesome 3D printed cartridge stands, amiibo holders, Nintendo DS holders, and more by visiting our 3D printer store on screen right now as well. Links for everything will be down below in a pinned comment. If you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on here at Rocksolid Productions, make sure that you're following us on the different social media networks. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and Twitter at Rocksolid Studios. If you're looking to pick this and other retro and modern gaming accessories up, make sure that you head on over to CastlemaniaGames.com. He has a feature over there called Castle Cash, where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash is just like cash. He also offers convenient payment plans for more expensive items over $50. Finally, make sure that you use promo code ROCKSOLID10 when you're shopping at CastlemaniaGames.com, as it can save you up to 10% on most items on the website. Again, thank you for watching this episode, and I cannot wait to see you again soon.